Hello.
Oh fuck, you're here.
Yes, and I'm kind. Yes, I'm ready to clean,
Okay, well this is maybe sort of maybe Hansel and Gretel's house, but sort of not.
but it's not a candy thing.
No, no, it's their house, not the witch's house.
All right. Are they brother and sister? Hansel and Gretel.
Oh great, your sound's going already.
Can you hear me?
Uh, you cut out, so I heard the word sister Hansel and Gretel. Are you asking if they're brother and sister?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe in the traditional story they are, yes,
Why are they
and they're
li-
another victim of the old stepmother thing.
Why are they living in the same house?
I mean, my sisters live together.
What do they
They
not?
moved out and they're living together.
Oh, that's good. Well, I suppose that's fair enough
At least I
then.
think they are. I don't think it's unusual for family members to live together.
Well, it's.
Uh,
I don't know. You sort of assume that you move out, make your own way.
Well, it's important to remember that in the traditional fairy tale, Hansel and Gretel were sold out by their father and stepmother,
Uh,
and then had to basically survive a witch's ordeal together. And so, realistically, if they're going to live with anyone, they'll live with each other.
bonded by trauma,
They're the only people they can trust,
just
you
like
would think.
us.
Yeah, I don't know what the trauma is exactly.
We'll find out.
Tune in next week for
It's a therapy episode.
bum bum bum. Oh,
Speak.
that's a point. Is
Oh,
it worth us talking about next week?
oh,
Just
what?
ironing out the details.
Well, we do these on a Thursday, you see, viewer slash listener,
Yeah.
and it's currently the 19th of December,
Well, you know what next Thursday is?
Boxing Day,
Boxing Day. The
and
day when we go and have that boxing match that we're going to televise and charge everyone 12 pence to watch.
12.
And yet, no one will still watch it
Not that he's
because these are
bitter
free.
about it, right? Uh, yeah, we don't really know what we're doing because I sort of don't feel like doing it on Boxing Day anyway. I've sort of got plans to spend the day on my own, enjoying myself. Not,
Oh,
not,
God.
not enjoying
Jerking
myself.
off,
No,
basically. Honestly, you pervert. Even
no.
I'm not going to be jerking off. I'm going to be hungover if all goes to plan.
What are you doing on Christmas Day then?
Getting drunk.
Right.
Not by
Eh,
myself. I'm well, but as it stands at the moment, my Christmas Eve, I've got my partner staying at my house,
fa la
or
la la
friends, I
la
should say.
la. Yeah.
And then on Christmas Day, after some morning drinks, we're going to be going to hers, getting picked up to go to hers to
Good.
have Christmas dinner. Uh, Coming back to mine briefly so that we can feed the cat, and then going to another friend's house for Christmas evening.
Where is your
So
child?
he's going to be with his mother on the other side of the country,
Uh,
as far as I understand it, unless something's changed.
uh well,
So anyway, I'm basically going to be drinking because I won't have to be driving at any point between end of the day Christmas Eve and at some point when I go home on Boxing Day.
mm,
I'm going to be drinking for a lot of that.
well, jolly good luck to you and your liver.
Thank you. That's
Oh,
why I don't really know when I'm going to be able to watch the Doctor Who episode.
yeah, that's all right.
Oh, and then I'm working on a Friday,
Well,
so
well, I guess it's a
but
weekend thing.
I will be at home fully.
Okay. Well, I'm going to my mum's. My nan's coming over from Ireland, so we're going there. And
I'll
then
say hi for me.
okay, and
Thank
then
you.
Boxing Day, I'm spending it here and I'm having a sort of Christmas Day-ish type thing on my own, which I like.
Hmm?
I'm gonna get some food, maybe make a little roast and sit and watch Christmas films. I should think. Just to
Die Hard.
enjoy the. No, Die Hard is not a Christmas film.
Go over this many a time. We
Ah,
don't agree with each other. That's fine.
okay.
Anywho,
Speaking of
um,
therapy,
hang on. I've got a thing I want to say.
yeah,
Have you got all your Christmas presents all sorted out?
I need to get something for my English nan, but aside from that, I'm fine. Yeah. What about you?
And we're recording. We're recording Friday. Yeah. I thought that was just the idea was we were going
Oh,
to end up recording Friday.
oh well, I mean, if you.
Well, that was
Uh,
what you proposed, and I said I wasn't sure because I needed to
yeah, I'm just
confirm what
I'm
was
just
going on
racking
my
my
end.
brain and so I need to go into town probably buy some food to stock up again.
Well, I'm working during the day, so it has to be Friday night anyway.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah, we'll do the Doctor Who on Friday night. Yeah.
Yeah, I might have to let you give me time to watch it, and
Mm,
then we can record it
that's all right.
after I've watched it.
It's
Maybe we
okay.
do that first.
What do you mean? Do that? Do watch it
Do that
first?
before the no, yeah. Do the video about that before we do the video about with the games.
Oh shit! Yeah, those two. Yeah, fuck. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
it's gonna be a
But at least then it'll be fresh in mind, won't it? Or fresher
productive
in mind.
Friday night. Yeah. Mm, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. So speaking of therapy,
Oh yeah. Speaking of therapy,
I mean, obviously you don't have to go into any detail. I just like to check in and make sure you're doing all right.
what me or me as a person or me as a my therapy sessions?
Your therapy sessions.
Oh, I didn't go this week.
Oh, why not?
I had a pre-planned engagement to go to.
All right.
So
Does that come off your total or is it rearranged?
I don't know. I'd said like 2 weeks in advance that I wasn't going to be able to do the 16th.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I get penalised for that, when I'd like it was something that was planned before I got told that I'd got therapy.
Yeah.
You know, this was planned weeks and weeks and weeks ago, and therapy's only been going on for like less than a month. So I can't. I don't feel like it's fair to penalise me.
No. Well, what were you doing instead then?
I was at a works meal
Ah.
where we received our first Secret Santa gift. Remember me talking about how
Oh yes.
we had two lots of Secret Santa, an office-wide one, and
Yeah.
then a smaller one that I'd sort of shoehorned my way into.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it was a smaller one, and I got some gifts.
Yeah.
Um, the gifts I received were a like a what you call it, like a desk ornament,
Yeah.
which says, well, let me see if I can find a picture so I can actually talk it through properly because it's going to be easier to remember exactly what's on there.
Yeah.
Where are the pictures? I sent a picture to my partner, so it should be on there. Okay, so work forecast.
Yeah.
Busy, scattered sarcasm with a strong chance of muttered profanity.
That's you, all right. That's you, all
It,
right.
it absolutely is. A can of Dark Heathen Dark Fruit IPA.
Right. Oh, sorry. I thought that was written on the thing as well. It didn't really make sense to me, but
No, no,
yeah.
no, no. A free mini bottle collection of rums.
Nice.
Just to point out that the last two of them disappeared last night, and the IPA disappeared on Monday night after the meal, and the first of the three rums disappeared Tuesday night. So I have drank something every night, getting prepared for my Christmas drinking activities. Uh, and finally, probably the I'm going to send you a picture of this one.
Okay.
So it's oh god, what's going on here? Why can't I get to the?
What job?
I need to save the image. I mean, I'm going to send it to you so I can get your immediate reaction from having seen it rather than
Okay.
me saying it. I've sent it if you.
Oh my god.
Okay. Would you like to say what it is for the benefit of the audience?
You got that? Hang on. You seriously got this
Someone at work gave me this
as a Secret
as a
Santa
present.
gift?
It's not secret. I know exactly who it was.
Okay, so it was outside a Secret Santa.
No. This was part of the Secret Santa.
Right, I
But
see.
I now know who it was who got me it due to other clues that had been given at the time.
This is insane, man. God,
I know.
how the fuck is HR not all over this shit? For
I don't know.
the purposes of the tape, my learned colleague has shared with me his gift. It's a set of playing cards, 50 positions of bondage, playfully
Yes.
kinky sex position cards made in China.
Yes. The made in China bit is very out.
Because they're all Asian, they're all Chinese.
No, because there's a lot of linguistics errors, shall we say?
Oh right. Oh god. Is that amusing?
No,
Is that...
it's just badly put together.
Yeah.
It's it's bottom of the bargain bucket style BDSM activities. There's nothing special in there. Right? I looked through every single one. There's nothing overly exciting in. In fact, the vast majority of it is either already been done or is off the cards. So it's fine.
Not literally off the cards.
Well, no, on the cards, if you will.
Well, yes.
But no, a colleague, and you know what? This is a consequence, and I shouldn't have. This is biting me on the ass.
Is this the
This
lady
in
with the
a not so
tits?
playful way. No, 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 no. This is a consequence of the tying up the elf.
You and your elf fetishism.
No, no, this is because this is they tied it up, and I did a better job of it. And this is a result. This is what's come as a result of that. I can guarantee it.
Uh,
But what's particularly interesting is the woman who got that for me. I know for a fact that she also got my son, who was at this exact same meal, um, a little gift bag as well. And that's how I know that it was her that got me the stuff. It's because she's like, "Oh, I'll get something for him as well." And I was like, "Oh no, you don't need to do that. He'll understand." It's like, "No, no, no, I want to." And they were wrapped exactly the same.
I.
So,
That was fucking close, wasn't it?
well, yeah, she could have accidentally mixed those up. That would have been all sorts of trouble.
Well, presumably, did you get this gift out? You didn't get this gift at the meal, did you? Or
Oh no, we got it at the meal.
so you had to open it
But
with your son there, did you?
well, I mean, I was a bit more cautious about letting him see
Well, no shit.
what was in there because but it was the last thing I opened out of the stuff,
Mm.
and I have to say it was. I mean, I'm not. It's not a gift I'm unhappy about. It's just it was clearly that's what they now think of me. It's that I'm
Well,
some sort of BDSM.
that's what I think of you.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't because I'm not.
I'm only joshing you.
Just because I know things,
I know. Well,
just because I.
I got some gifts as well.
Oh yeah,
I bought. Did I tell you I got two of my? I did. I told you I got two of my colleagues some presents because I'd had rough years and I've been sort of helping them through it.
yep,
I got one of them a little kitty cat thermos, which she
okay.
promptly drew a face on, which was sweet. And the other one I got a mug that said, "No, I don't have enough books," and a bookmark that says "Fuck off, I'm reading."
Ah, I saw a bookmark like that. I
Yeah,
decided against getting it for anyone for anyone.
because of our volatile sort of, it's our relationship is sort of like our relationship. If you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's that person you keep mentioning. Yeah,
Yeah, I saw because she likes Winnie the Pooh. I saw a Winnie the Pooh customizable mug. You know, you can write your kid's name on, and I
yeah,
was so fucking tempted to get it and just write twat on it
yeah.
because she
But
would have.
that wouldn't fly very well in terms of the other people around, right?
Oh no, she'd have loved that.
No, no, but the other people would probably take an issue with it.
No, well, maybe a bit, but they don't understand, man.
We've got the other Secret Santa going on tomorrow.
Well, hang on. Oh well, I suppose. Okay, you finish up and then we'll double back to me, shall we?
Well, we finish yours if you want. It seems like a natural stopping point, but feel
Well,
free to
no,
carry on.
not really, because I mentioned I got some gifts, and
Oh
I
yes, of
needed to
course.
go through the preamble of saying I got other people gifts. Well, the colleague I got the mug and the bookmark for got me a couple of things. I like sensory stuff.
Yes, you
I'm
do,
a
because
great
you got autism.
one for fiddling.
Because you got autism.
Maybe. I
Mm.
like I've got a little popper thing that we give to some of our special not special needs students, but like anxious
The
students.
kids with autism.
No, students who are anxious and maybe need a little something to do with their hands in lessons or whatever.
Because of autism. Trust me, it's because of
It's
autism.
not because of the tism.
No, no. With my son, we had a meeting at school with someone, mental health person for my son, and literally they bring those in for the kids with the mental health concerns and autism.
It's mental health concerns really. And we've got students with
Uh,
anxiety who like having something like that. You know.
yeah, but you've got it because of autism.
Well, I don't know. Anyway, uh,
Astigmatism.
yeah, it's all right. Yes. What? Anyway, she got me some putty, and
Okay.
you like it's sort of apple scented. I don't like it that much, but you sort of what?
No, no, no. Go on.
What?
I don't like it around me.
Oh,
It tickled me.
well,
As a,
all right. Well, I like it, but
it's
um,
not your favourite smell, is what you're saying.
well, it's I my autistic colleague in exams uses like uses like a stress putty, and
Yeah.
he had a spare one, so he gave it to me, and that was great because it's not sticky and it's not slimy in your hand when you use it.
Mm.
Unfortunately, I've used it so much, I've sort of ruined it, and it now is sticky,
Oh well.
which is not great. It has a tendency to do that. But this one, it's a bit slimy in your hand, and I'm still sort of getting used to it. The other thing she got me um, is, well, it looks like a breast implant.
Okay.
It's like a big gel ball with little things floating around in it. Little cute little, like there's little sushi. They're like tiny, very tiny little sticker shaped things, you know.
Yeah.
And you can shake it, and it's a little bit snow globy, and they move around, and it's got stuff stuck to it, and that I like. I like squishing it. Um, but it does look awfully like a breast,
Wow.
and it's even
Is
got a
it designed to?
no. But
Okay.
yeah, everybody's remarked on it. It feels like one too.
Only it's a breakfast. Oh wait.
What?
Every time anyone says anything like something like 1-2, it
Yeah.
always makes me think of Cookie Crisp, the cereal,
Okay.
because their advert was all like, "Oh, it looks like chocolate cookies, tastes like them too. Only it's a breakfast cereal."
Uh,
And it's just one of those adverts that stuck with me forever.
well, well, fair enough. I yeah, I really like it, but it's got bubbles in now. So I've got my twiddly pen that I can spin
Okay,
like a fidget spinner. I've got my popper thing which I can pop.
you and your poppers.
I'm on my third or fourth of those because I keep breaking them because I'm too vicious with them and I use them too regularly.
All right, Sid.
I've got my squeezy tit and I've got my 2 cans of putty.
See, I just bring my own squeezy tip.
Yours are bigger.
I should think they are heavier too. Oh,
Who the fuck
well,
is Floozy McGee?
I don't know. If you read the law, maybe it'll tell you.
Don't care. My other colleague is apparently going to pop by at some point to give me my other present. That'll be interesting.
Oh.
So, please continue your train of thought.
Yeah. So we've got the office wide Secret Santa going on tomorrow.
Right?
I am somewhat nervous about the person who may have me. I don't know who's got me, but because there's more people, I should think I'm going to end up with alcohol,
Because
which is
it's
fine. I'm not averse to getting alcohol. Someone said to me earlier that they wouldn't even know what to get me. I was like, well, alcohol's an easy win because I'll drink anything. And they're like, no, but I don't know what alcohol to get you. I was like, no, literally, I will drink anything. So that's always a winner. That's always a potential. And it's a bit of an easy one really to get some alcohol. You don't doesn't require that much thought. I don't think.
yes.
If you're getting that for someone's Christmas present, you've probably not don't know them as well as you ought to. But there are some people in the office I don't know all that well, and therefore don't know me all that well. So that's fair enough.
So from other departments, I would assume, right?
I know in our department, but there's some people that you just don't interact with
Well,
that
hang on.
often. We've got like 25 people in our office.
Okay,
You don't interact with everyone on a daily
I'm just
basis.
trying to suss out the layout of this place. So it's all finance people, right?
All finance people.
But you're in accounts specifically.
Yes.
So you've got people in like purchasing and payroll and whatever, right? Or something.
Well, I mean, we're the closest you've got to payroll
All right.
in our team. Accounts do all the payroll stuff that matters.
Mm.
But you've got purchasing and you've got sales in there as well with us.
Uh,
And the end of the office that I'm at has got the purchase people,
yeah.
which is where I started there. So
Yeah.
that makes sense that I'm more acquainted with them anyway. But
Mm-hmm.
because of the work that we do is more acquainted with the purchase team than it is the sales team.
Mm.
I mean, I do stuff that works with both ledgers properly, but most of what we do is the purchase team. So we're more acquainted with them. There are people on the sales team, but the only time I really talk with them is if we bump into each other in the kitchen or I'm making cuppas.
Cup of
And that's
tea.
fine. It's just the way it is, Normally coffee for me. That's just the way it is. It's it works out like that sometimes, and
Well,
it's not the end of the
yes.
world. It's not ideal, but it's just how it is. You can't have an active relationship with every single person you work with
Well, no,
all the time.
you
It doesn't.
can't.
There isn't time for
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And lately, I've been getting bitchy about people spending loads of their time chatting and chatting away outside of the office,
Yeah.
and then moaning that they've not got enough time to get their work done. So, like, I don't necessarily, maybe not necessarily moaning about not having enough time to get their work done, but having to work late and ridiculously late because they haven't got enough time to get their work done in office hours, but they're spending all this other time, you know.
Yeah.
not actually working. So like, I have not as much sympathy for that.
I worked late this week.
Yeah, well, it's a miracle you worked this week.
Shut up. We have a lot to do. Very
Yeah, so
important.
did we.
All right, fucking hell.
No, I'm just it's not disparaging what you do, but we had it was a busy week for us as well.
All
Well,
right.
first off was
Mm,
I achieved deadline by a half day early.
well done.
Thank you.
I've I've changed. Well, I think I'm one of our things we do every year is UCAS. So we're
Yeah.
UCAS advisors, so we have to make sure the students have. We don't check a lot. We just check their education and make sure the course they're doing at the place I work is right. Now, UCAS is sort of interesting because, well, essentially we've just been guessing. Well, I say that we haven't been guessing. There's no. We sort of leave it to us individually to see whether what they've put would count.
Okay.
But if you go on UCAS, there's specific courses that relate to it. I'm probably not making any sense.
No, it's fine. Carry on.
Well, it just is that there's course. We call the course something, and then UCAS might call it something different.
Yeah, that's fine.
But we
It's
find.
like how if you go to a different part of a country, they might have a different name for a bread roll.
Well, I guess, yeah. And I mean, we have our own in-house name for these courses, and then we have what the course actually is. But
Yeah.
anyway, I decided to find out. I made my own UCAS account as a student, right? So I could see what it looked like from their perspective. Why the fuck we hadn't done this as a team the past 2 years, I do not know. We've complained about it every year. We had vague ideas that somebody might have one somewhere else in the place I work,
Yeah.
but we never really looked into it. And when I checked it, and a lot of what I was doing was getting the right course names. So essentially, what I've done is I have emailed every student
Okay.
I've got and said, "This is the course name you need to put on UCAS. This
Oh,
is
hang on,
how
that
this."
disappeared on me.
Oh shit! Can you hear me?
I can now. This kicked me out.
I'll get you back in. Don't worry. What was I up to?
Most of what you're doing was guessing the right thingies,
Oh shit!
and that was basically as far as I got. And you went quiet, and it seemed like the end of a sentence, but I don't know
No.
what you said after that. To be
Well,
honest with
yeah, we were basically guessing a lot of it based on. We're not really guessing exactly, but it was rough approximations of that sort of ticks all the general boxes of what this qualification is.
you. Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
so what I've done, I went on UCAS, set up a student account.
Hmm.
For some reason, we haven't done this. I've been in the 2 years I've been doing this. We've all basically been saying it's a shame we don't know what it looks like from their end, but none of us have actually ever done anything about it. So I did. So I can see exactly what it looks like from their end, and a lot of what I was doing was I found the courses on UCAS for the courses I'm working with the students, and I've emailed them and said this is the course you need to put on UCAS. This is how you find it on UCAS. Please do it.
Okay.
One of
That
those.
seems reasonable.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can't believe. I mean, I'm a big proponent of every year you should sort of refine your technique with stuff like this. But why the fuck we
Yeah.
as a team as a whole haven't? Why isn't this just part of our yearly approach to this? I don't know. You know,
Because someone at some point would have decided against it, and they've decided it's easier to just stick to what they know
I mean,
than it is to change things up. It's how things always work. Trust me, I work in a for-profit business, and we don't innovate like we should. You know?
it's so stupid because if we had a spreadsheet with everybody's the courses that people are looking after, if you will, and the way it's put on UCAS, and we each had
I
our
mean,
own dummy
surely,
account, we could
surely the
just.
more sensible thing to do would be to rename yours so that they are matching the UCAS one.
Well, it's not entirely okay. So you've got your. We have our in-house course name, right?
Yeah.
But then on the learning agreement, you have sort of the proper name for it.
Okay.
So you might have something like a sports sciences level 3,
Okay.
but it's actually like NCFE extended diploma in sports science and activity level 3,
Okay.
right? I mean, the students can see that too, but that bears a much closer resemblance to what is on UCAS. I just think it's easy. I just think because we spend a lot of time telling students to put the right. It's the one thing we have to do really with UCAS is get them to
Yeah.
put the right course name on, and we message them, and a lot of the time they will put it on slightly differently, but also still wrong, or they'll miss something else out. And I don't know why we're making it so difficult for ourselves. Why don't we just prepare
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
and send them all this information and say this is exactly what you do? I'm not saying it's 100% successful because I've already found that. I've had people or students do it wrong again, but I've seen that it's definitely the way forward.
There's no account for people being stupid. Yeah, is
Okay.
there?
Well, no,
You should know that by now.
no, I which people? The people doing it wrong.
Just people in general.
Yeah. I'll tell you something else.
The whole consequence of it it sounds to me like a result of people just being stupid.
Well, I just think
Yeah, in one way or another.
I'm going to push for it. I don't think it'll happen, but I'm going to push for it next year and say, look, let's get this a spreadsheet with the proper course names as they appear on UCAS sorted, so we can all say this is exactly how it needs to be written. And I know that what they're say no because it's too much effort, and you can just refer to what you put last year. But I'm doing it as an individual next year. There's no way in hell I'm not. You know, I'll tell you something else that really pissed me off. Do you vaguely recall? You may not. Um, Last year with UCAS, there was a very stressful incident that occurred for me.
Oh, was this when something had been done wrong?
Yes,
Yes.
essentially, it comes down to course names again. I figured I put the course names on wrong and sent them off to UCAS. I just about shit myself and ran it past my team leader and said, I think I've made a really big mistake. I think these course names are wrong. She agreed. I then spent, I went, you know, fucking die hard into damage control mode. Um, I messaged UCAS, got them to. They said they couldn't change the course name once it was on there, but they could remove it. But in doing so, they would remove the predicted grades as well.
Hmm.
Actually, I think that no, sorry, they said they could change the course name on UCAS, but they'd have to remove the predicted grades in order to do that. So I had to get in touch with all these universities, and there was about 15 of them, and say, look, these students, this is the issue. These are the grades, right?
Okay.
So I did that over the course of 3 days, sort of spread out. Um,
Well,
I
because you had other work as well, right?
well, yeah, I mean, I emailed them to start with, and then I followed it up with a phone call, and then I followed it up with another email just to confirm. And I basically got confirmation from all of them, right?
Yeah.
Now my colleague has a student who is doing the same course that the fuck up was last year, right?
Okay.
And we were looking at this, and the gist is that it's the course is the course as it appears for us internally is pretty specific, right? The name,
Yeah.
but the course in the learning agreement is very general. So it's
Okay.
like I don't know. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's like if the course name internally was like poetry, right?
Yeah.
But on the
And then the
learning,
reality was for the poetry of 19 whatever it is year, a poet Maya Angelou or whatever.
well,
You know,
yeah, yeah, 19th century poetry was the internal one, and then but the learning agreement just says English language,
poetry. Yeah.
right? Now, we've been told to go off the learning agreement. So my colleague looked at this and said, I'm not sure about this, but I think, judging by what we've been told, it should be English language.
Yep.
Now, English language was what I had a year ago. And
Yep.
I made the change to poetry because I thought that was wrong. Now, in talking to her about this, I remembered a phone call I had with one of the universities where they said there is no course called 19th century poetry. We don't recognise that, and I just thought they were. I just thought, okay, fine, I've done my bit, leave it there. But thinking back to it, I think I was right the first time.
Okay.
So I spent those 3 days doing for fucking no reason whatsoever. Do you see what I mean?
I think so.
That basically I thought I made a mistake when in actuality I was right.
Well.
And what really pisses me off, frankly, is that my team leader agreed that I had made the mistake when she's supposed to be the one who knows what she's bloody doing.
Oh no! Don't ever trust that someone knows what they're doing.
I just
Trust me. I know what I'm doing. I've been in business for a long time.
I
I know it's not business that you're in technically, but still, you can't trust that people know what they're doing.
I know. I think this year's UCAS should go really well for me. But it's taught me a lot about how next year's is going to go, what I need to do, and how I need to approach it.
Is this your lessons will be learned situation?
Well, no,
Because
this is
again, I hear a lot of that as well.
no, this is as I say. I think you should every time you do a process like this over every year or whatever, you should refine it. Next year should be easier because you're applying lessons you learned that year. Do you know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And if you, listener, who is no doubt riveted to your seat in it with excitement about how this conversation's gone, know what Ben means, why not leave a comment
I couldn't give a fuck.
and let us know that you agree or disagree even with Ben.
So yeah, I mean my it's
Just
been
trying to get audience engagement, man.
it's been positive, but I am suffice to say I am a little annoyed, and I want to get that confirmed. Whether it seems so fucking stupid that you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't. I don't know. I'm getting into a dangerous territory here, but you know what I mean. You know.
Yeah, I don't know what you. You're just a whingy bastard.
Mm.
But nothing new there, eh, Ben?
Fence posts sure are dirty.
Um, shall we talk about our new project?
Da 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 da
Actually,
da
before we
da
do,
da da
I
da
actually have a topic
da.
related to it. Should we wait until the next video? Because it'll be more apt. Oh no, not the next video, the last video, because it'll be more apt.
Yeah, go on.
Okay.
I hope I haven't given it away.
Or me with my words. Let's see.
Well, would you like one of my topics? One of my 3 topics.
You got 3 topics.
It's been a busy.
Is that it?
It's been a busy week. How many have you got?
I've had a busy week. I've still got. Wait, hang on. Let me cross off Christmas. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and one of them has got 3 sections to it.
Cool. So I watched The Thing.
Oh, did you? Was it a documentary?
No, it was not.
Was it a Formula One race?
Yes.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Oh my god, you watched a Formula One race? What one?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you bastard. Got me all excited.
Oh, bless your little cotton socks. I might do
I
it.
thought maybe, just maybe, you'd have been.
I'm sorry. Sport never
No,
really.
that's why I was never gonna. I wasn't expecting it to be that.
I know.
I made a point of saying it wasn't going to be, and then you lied to me.
I did.
As part of a sick prank.
It was
You lied to me.
It's just a prank, brah.
It's just a silly little Formula One joke.
Yes.
Well, it wasn't very Formula One.
Yeah. Anyway, yes, I watched The Thing.
Okay, well, go on. Tell me what it was.
Well, I watched the first episode of Dexter: Original Sin.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I'm less interested in that than I would have been if it had been Formula One.
Okay. Yes. So I don't know how much you know about this.
Very little.
Well,
I understand the idea of Dexter, the TV show.
Well, it's the prequel series.
Okay.
And I really liked it.
Okay.
There were some things I didn't like too much. They
Expected.
did the thing where Dexter walks in, gets his internship at Miami Metro, and Batista's there. Do you know?
Hang on, the train station.
No, what?
Metro.
Miami
Pretty sure.
Metro? No, Miami Metropolitan. I don't know. The police station,
Yeah.
and Batista is there, and
Hey, he died. Oh wait, yeah,
no,
prequel.
he didn't die.
Oh, who am I thinking of?
Dokes
Am I thinking of
probably.
Deeks?
Dokes, not Deeks.
Deeks.
And
I don't fucking know. I've not seen it in years.
Masuka is there, who's the Japanese guy, and
I bet
so
they all look really old, don't they?
they look identical to their modern day, their how they are in the Dexter series, and they're even wearing
Ah.
very similar clothes. And Masuka is still laughing, and that pervy laugh that he does. And it's one of those things where it's like they're exactly the same. Do you know what I mean? It's like a carbon copy. I mean, you expect them to be similar, but it's one thing them being
Ah.
similar and them being like identical. Like
So is
Batista's.
this how? Is this going to end up being? It's not actually a prequel. It's how he remembers it because that's what's happened, and he's
Well,
actually dying or something.
well, the framing device is that his life was flashing before his eyes after he was shot in um,
Oh, okay, fair
New
enough.
Blood. Uh, but we'll come on to that as well. I like they they show his first kill in the original series, and they've sort of replayed it out here. I really like what they're doing with Harry. He's probably clear. Christian Slater, I think. Christian Slater. I don't
Okay.
know. But they added something, which is that before he had Deborah and adopted Dexter, he had a kid of his own, and in an incredibly cliche manner, he was watching the big game and getting drunk, and his kid wandered out and drowned in the pool.
Ah, yes, as they do.
But I think this is I think Harry's the most interesting character in all of Dexter. Um,
Everyone knows it's Deborah.
no.
Jeez, she's the most interesting character.
I think I think this series will add a lot to that because he sort of it's not quite as clear cut as this, but he sort of gives Dexter not the order, but he says you need to stop this woman who's poisoning me when I'm in hospital because she's a serial killer. And at the end of the episode is him crying, and I just think that's a really interesting journey. This guy who's seen the justice system fail so often, and you know, out of bitterness and resentment towards that, pointed his son in that direction, and it's him dealing with the ramifications of that. And I think that's really interesting. I've also heard the theory that Dexter wasn't actually a psychopath; he's just autistic, and and Harry completely misunderstood him. Um, I think it's interesting, but I liked original scene. I liked it a lot.
Does he have those popper things?
No,
Maybe you should get some.
mm. Yeah, yeah, I will basically eat up any Dexter content.
Okay,
Uh,
fair enough.
I was one of the few people who liked New Blood basically all the way through, apart from the ending, which I think was a bit annoying. But they're sort of rectifying that because not only is there a Dexter prequel series, there's going to be a Dexter sequel series.
God, just too much bloody Dexter.
I feel like it's called Dexter Resurrection or something. Um,
He's not really dead. Bum,
well,
bum, bum.
I I I sort of can't.
Again.
Yeah, I know. I feel like imagine if they fucked it up 3 times in a row. Could you imagine? Um,
Well, just you give up at that.
well, I think the reason most people didn't like the New Blood ending was because we wanted that moment where everybody knows who Dexter is, where Dexter is revealed. We never got that. We didn't get that bit like in Breaking Bad where everybody knows who Walter White is. Heisenberg. You
Yeah,
know, that's what people
and it all
wanted.
comes falling down as a result of it.
Yes, we want to see people's reactions to this thing. We want to see Dexter plastered all over the news and all sorts. And I hope they do that. My hope would be that it's a mini series of Dexter on the run
Mhm.
and trying to figure shit out. And basically the whole thing is just basically what I wanted the final episode of New Blood to be. That would be great, please. So yes, I did enjoy Dexter New Blood or Original Sin, and I will be watching the next episode, and I will keep you posted.
I look forward to it.
Thank you.
Okay. Um. Apparently, speaking of Breaking Bad,
Yeah.
sort of. Apparently, there's going to be some new Malcolm in the Middle.
Yes.
I saw an advert for it on TikTok, and I can't help but feel like perhaps the time has passed for that. Personally,
Well, I don't know. I sort of feel like the generation that maybe grew up with that series as kids, I guess, or just younger people, is now old enough to be thinking about how great it was and looking back nostalgically and all that sort of
it's
thing.
funny because it's one of those shows that is on my list of I really should rewatch that properly.
Mm.
And there was something I can't remember what it was, but it was something I was writing about, and then they released more right while I was halfway through. And I can't help but feel like this is the curse of I've decided I want to watch
Yeah.
something all the way through, and so now they're going to make more of it.
Well,
And I
that.
did it. I made a joke about it when I was watching Firefly, but maybe this is how we get a new Firefly series. Is I start watching it so I can watch it all the way through, and then we'll get some more. That has not sadly come to fruition. Um, but still, it's one of those silly little jokey things that I can't remember what the series was now.
Mm. Well, I've heard it's just going to be a short mini series of a few episodes, which is the best way to do that. That's exactly what I said they should have done with the Frasier revival.
Yeah,
Just a few
or like where
episodes.
is everyone now, sort of thing.
Yes, where is everybody? Yeah, I said you set it at Martin's funeral. You got all your characters there. Where are they now? Let's see them. And if it's good, or well received, and there's promise, you can get a series out of it. But that's what you should do, and that's what they appear to be doing with the Malcolm in the Middle series. Um, I feel like it might not live up to expectations.
Probably not. I mean, I mean, if Bryan Cranston's there, it'll get the audience because there's a lot of people who will
Well,
remember him for Hal and will want to see him post Breaking Bad, right? And there'll be people who remember it for the original series and are like, I want to see what's going on. I want to watch it. So I feel like you'll have the audience
oh
regardless. It's
god,
just
yeah,
whether it's appreciated for its whether it's worth anything in the first place, but then whether it's appreciated for its worth after effect.
yeah. I haven't
We'll
seen
have to see.
Malcolm in the Middle. I just know how it ends,
Yeah,
where Lois
I've seen
reveals
the
that
ending more times than I've seen
you know
all sorts.
she's had this great plan for Malcolm, and he's going to go to college and sweat his guts out and work twice as hard as everybody else. And then he's going to become a governor somewhere, and then he's going to become president.
I mean, they'll be able to help out people who have the difficulties that they've had
Yes.
all their lives. And it's nice, but let's be honest, it's not going to happen, is it?
You look me in the eyes and you tell me you can't do it. And he's like, yeah, I could probably do it. And it's like, yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
He's not going to be president in the
Well,
reboot.
no, I don't think Frankie Muntz is. He's probably old enough. How old is he? You have to be like 35 to run for president. So he could run.
He'll be old. He'll be old enough because I mean we're nearly old enough.
Oh well,
I
yeah.
mean, obviously we can't because we're not American. But
Thank God.
I know it's not our circus, not our monkeys.
Mm.
So yeah, that's the thing that's apparently happening. And finally, on in new TV,
Yeah.
um, we are getting um the end of Gavin and Stacey, which is
Yes.
to
Shit, I
start with.
completely forgot. That is not one of my topics. I forgot about that. Yes.
And obviously, you've written about Gavin and Stacey.
Well, we've talked about. Well, I've talked about. I've talked about Gavin and Stacey. You have patiently listened to me prattle on. Um,
Yeah, that's why I mentioned it because I figured you'd want to talk about it.
well, I don't even. I'm not even. I wouldn't consider myself a fan of Gavin and Stacey. I like it well enough. I just think it's fascinating from a writing perspective, I guess, or a behind the scenes perspective. Because Gavin and Stacey was fucking huge, as well you know.
It was.
Um, for those of you that don't know, Gavin and Stacey is about Gavin and Stacey. They're a couple who have a long distance relationship. She's from Billericay,
Barry Island.
Barry Island. He's from Billericay. Is he?
Yeah, in Essex.
Yeah, she's from Wales,
Yeah,
he's from Essex, and it's a long distance relationship, and they meet, and it's basically chronicling the progression of their relationship and marriage and whatever, and their two families and friends coming together. And it's written by Ruth Jones and James Corden.
yeah.
And what's really interesting about that is how quickly their characters, because they play Nessa and Smithy respectively, become the focus. Gavin and Stacey are the least interesting thing about that series.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I mean,
Based on
usually,
what I've seen of it.
usually in comedy, it's the side characters who sort of stand out, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, nobody's favourite Only Fools and Horses character is Del Boy. It's Trigger, or it's Boise, or it's Grandad, or something. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
get you.
so when it ended in 2019, well, the last Christmas episode in 2019 ended with a cliffhanger of Nessa proposing to Smithy. And then it was just like, yeah, we have no plans to do anything more with this.
I mean, didn't he lose his job on the Late Late Show or whatever it was?
Yeah, I think so.
So obviously that's a it's going on now as a consequence of his.
I do. I mean, I'm very skeptical of any idea that this was the plan all along.
Oh,
Because
absolutely,
because
yeah.
basically everybody involved with it said, like, look, a lot of us are very busy people. Aside from the two leads who probably aren't getting all that much work, I've got to say I don't see them in anything really.
No, I don't. I
Um,
think the only other thing I've really seen him in lately, Matthew Horn, is that is it Bad Education or whatever it is, the
yeah,
Jack Whitehall thing, and he played a head teacher in it, and I mean he wasn't great in it, to be honest. I mean, I mean the character was like his portrayal of a character was fine. It wasn't like a oh this is fantastic, you should watch this,
yeah,
and he really stands out in it sort of
yeah.
TV.
I
It was
yeah,
fine. He was fine.
and I think she did some ads. But I back when Gavin and Stacey first aired, Matthew Horn and James Corden were like being spoken of as the next Morecambe and Wise, the next Great British Double Act. And they had three projects. I wrote about this in that blog post. They had three projects together. They had the Horn and Corden, I think, which was a sketch show. They hosted the Brit Awards, and what else did they do? Oh yeah, Lesbian Vampire Killers,
Which I think is a decent film.
and well,
For,
all
for being awful, it's like it's an awful film, but it's good because it's awful.
so bad it's good.
Yeah, like you know what you're getting from a film like that. Yeah, it's like Naked Nuns with big guns. You don't expect fucking Kubrick style quality, do you?
No, it's
You
not.
just you know what you're signing up for.
Not exactly fucking Vertigo, is it? But
No,
all three of those were reviewed really, really poorly. And then James Corden went off and he did. I think he did the history boards before then, but he did One Man, Two Governors, and he did his chat show. And Matthew Horn fell into obscurity. I said in the blog post,
people are.
the people who really want this or need this to come back are Matthew Horn and Joanna, what's her face, Page.
I don't know. Yeah, yeah, that sounds right.
Um, but yeah, I remember hearing it mentioned at the time because that everybody involved in it had busy careers, and it was really hard to get people together for it. Because you got Rob Brydon and Larry Lamb and
Oh, he's
um,
dead, isn't he? Larry Lamb?
no, he's still alive.
Who I think is dead.
I think. And
Thought he died.
Alice and Stedman, who's probably doing theatre and all sorts of things like that, and it's difficult to get them together. So I saw that, and everybody going, "Oh, when's the new X? When do we find out what happens?" It's like you're not going to find out what happens. They didn't put any thought into this. They had no idea of a resolution. They just wanted an ending that would get people's attention, and it did because it was like the most viewed thing on iPlayer, maybe ever. I don't know.
Who knows? I've still not seen it, but
Um,
I don't think I've got as far as season two. I want to watch it at some point, but I might as well now wait until it's all there so I can watch it all properly. Right?
it's fine.
BBC Radio 2 have been doing like a countdown. There's apparently, if you watched one episode a day from like
Oh, they're doing one of
the
those, are
6th of December or something, you
they?
could
Yeah.
you could watch them all and watch the last one on Christmas Day
Yeah.
when it comes out. And that, I mean, that makes sense, like a Gavin and Stacey advent or something.
Yeah,
I understand the appeal to it.
I can't remember exactly what my things were. I don't think I ever thought it was funny or really funny, but I think I found it heartwarming at times, and I appreciated the cast. Apart from James Corden, I hate Smith. I hate that sort of laddie, blokey, twatty, you know, mid to late 2000s type thing. You know,
Yeah, I get you.
um, I just hate him as a character. I think he's a twat, and maybe has a lot to do with James Corden. Um, but it's not the worst thing in the world. One of the takeaways I had from it was that it's a show that it's a sitcom that probably would have been successful whenever it had aired, because that
Yeah,
that premise is so simple and so sort of not universal, but it's just sort of a great
it's
setup.
relatable enough.
It's relatable enough, and it's a great setup that it'll. I mean, you could have done it in the 70s, you know.
Yeah,
You just have them corresponding by mail and phone and whatever. I mean, because it's such a simple premise. That's why it works. Um, so yeah, I just I will be watching. I will watch it, but
but
I think people might be disappointed.
people always are.
I don't think it'll.
We've finished cleaning up.
We have. I don't think it'll be. I don't think it'll have their wedding in it because it's been 5 years. I think they'll address
Well,
that.
engagements happen. They can take a while sometimes.
True. We'll see. We'll see. I'm certainly interested.
Are we doing another one, or is that it for?
Well, we've done. How long have we been going? 54 minutes. Let's do another one. Uh,
Or
what?
serious question:
Yeah.
do you want to do what we do, and if it's not too late, maybe do another video ready so we don't have quite so much to do next week?
Well, we're going to run out of things to talk about. Is the thing.
Well, I don't know. I'm just.
I appreciate where you're coming from, but I think it might be.
What's next? Is it dirt bike, golf cart, sidecar? What is it?
Should we do? Well, it's Grandpa Miller's car, fire truck, and SUV.
Take your pick.
Let's do the fire truck.
Okay. I might take the world.
That's all right. It'll knock us time wise up a bit.
Mm.
You know
So
what?
Ben,
You know what this map
how do you?
reminds me of?
Oh, what's that?
I'm gonna play One Arm Bandit.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That place across the road sort of looks like one of the places you'd rob. It's got the same sort of layout.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Mm.
God, we were so awful at that. Paint the mirrors in the windscreen first. I think that's what I do anyway. Yeah. So, how do you feel about sandwiches, Ben?
Look, I'm sure your partner's very lovely, but I'm not really into that sort of thing.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Is she not that
Do you
lovely?
not want? Do you not want to be the filling?
No, thank you. I
Why am I stood on you? Oh God.
I like sandwiches.
Oh, now do the lights.
I haven't done. Do you want the side windows doing as well?
Oh yeah, for side windows. I forgot about side windows. Yeah. So your sandwiches are all right. The
Well,
gist I'm getting from you.
well, it's rather like asking me what I feel about fruit, or what it's such a wide span of
Depends on
things.
the fruit, doesn't it?
Well, yeah,
On
it,
the sandwich.
it depends on the sandwich, but if you're asking me in general, yes, I approve.
Okay. Well, you know who doesn't approve of sandwiches? I assume
Well, no.
the Tory leader, Kemi Badenoch.
Oh, that bitch, yeah.
She's not a fan of the old sandwich, despite it being a institution of British ingenuity, supposedly.
Lunch is for wimps.
She gets steak brought in.
What a knob.
I mean, how much of a twat have you got to be? I mean, I know she's a Tory, right? So that means she's a twat
Well,
anyway.
it's just
Tory leader is automatically twat. You can be a Tory voter and not be a twat. Fine. I don't like it. I don't like saying it. I feel sick having said it, but it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to be Tory leader, you are categorically a twat.
But you,
Right.
it's just pandering to that whole macho, hard work, late nights in the office, grind, grind, grind mentality. It's just, it's
Is it though? Because like,
yeah, it is. It's like I don't waste time with lunch. I just get a steak. I mean, that doesn't really make sense. I don't waste time with lunch. I eat steak. I don't understand what I mean.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't like it. Like I say, she's a twat. Yeah. And it's just what a ridiculous fucking situation. But this is a genuine part of politics in this country right now. Is that people are talking about fucking sandwiches and steaks and all that kind of shit, and it's not like a trade deal. It's not to do with bringing pork markets to Beijing or whatever, which I can at least understand as being like it's a trade innovation supposedly. I get that. She was mocked for it, but comparatively, at least that sort of makes sense.
Side note: what do you want us? Do you want me to do anything specific at this point, or can I just go for it?
I think just go for it. I was trying to get the achievement, but I should have read what the achievement actually was
Oh,
before.
well. No,
Or maybe I've already done it. I don't know.
I agree. It's fucking exhausting. It's just people saying stuff they don't really have any investment in to pander to groups they think or present an idea of themselves that will endear themselves to a certain group of voters that they think they need. I mean
I suppose you
that's
need to get
politics.
everyone you can.
I mean that's politics through the fucking ages, but it's just I'm just so tired of them all.
Yeah,
I just think they're
that's fair.
all a load of wankers.
To be fair, what they get up to in their own time isn't really a concern.
I'm
If they want to wank, then just let them go.
all right, fine, but I just think I'm just so tired of them. I'm just so fucking tired of it, Jordan. I'm so fucking tired of the lowest common denominator comprising so much of our society that politicians have to appeal to them. I'm so tired of being a smart man in an idiot's world.
Or as a solution, but I wouldn't recommend it.
What? Unaliving myself.
No, emigrating.
Oh.
Jesus, Ben.
Where would you want me to go?
Well, I don't know.
Straight to hell. No,
On the highway.
I can't drive. You'll have to drive me. Can I get a lift to hell, please?
I think you'd get a bus.
Is there a bus to hell?
There'd have to, wouldn't there?
I bet it's always fucking late.
Well, that's part that contributes to it. What is the worst form of transport you can envision, realistically? If you say a lift with me, I'm going to slap you.
Well, it would probably be a bus or a train that is constantly stuck and delayed, and you can't find a seat, and people are playing music, and there's loads of fucking obnoxious assholes with bags on the seats.
Okay, so what are those two, right? Bus or train? Considering there is famously a highway to hell in terms of a song.
Yeah. Not in terms of
I feel like the
theology.
buses. Well, you never know. Was that not a theological viewpoint?
I don't know.
From ACDC there? They're expressing their theological beliefs.
I
Eat your heart out, Plato. You've got.
I don't know. They didn't get round to that at Vatican II, I don't think. Deciding whether that was
Is there
biblical
any upgrade
canon.
we can do? Because these are a bit shit on the old.
Shop. Right, where am I looking? Power washers, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So professional duty, I need 5,000 to get it, and we've got the Prima Vista 3,000. What?
Can you get the Prima Vista? Oh no, that's modifications. That's all I can get is modification. On what's on it?
I've got power washers, equipment.
Power washers will be the one you want.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Okay, fair enough. Never mind. Just because we're struggling a bit on the. I don't know if you are as well. It's not very good at getting clean, is it?
Uh, well, we shall persevere. We shall overcome. We
Just means it might
shall,
take a
we shall
while.
overcome.
Yeah, I mean, I like a sandwich. I went to Greg's for lunch today, as I often do, whilst I'm in the office, and we had to ask at the counter for the sandwiches. Which meant I had to remember what sandwiches they actually do. Because when I asked what they've got on offer, like what I could get.
Mm.
They were like, "Well, what do you fancy?" Well, I don't know because I don't really pick whatever something from whatever's there. I don't think about it. But what the first thing I said was, "Do you have any flatbreads?" Because I like the flatbreads that they do. They're quite tasty, generally fairly healthy as well in the grand scheme of things.
Was
And
Greg's
they didn't have any fucking flatbreads.
was Greg's the place where the guy complimented your shirt and you questioned
Same
it
guy today.
for about a
Same.
month?
It's the same guy today.
Did he say anything about your shirt?
No, not today.
Because he'd learned his lesson. Because he asked, and he said, what was it that happened? He said he liked your shirt, and you said, why?
Why?
It was like, fuck off. He's just doing his fucking job, man.
No, his job is to ring me up and get me a sausage roll. It isn't to make me feel good about myself. If I was feeling good about myself, I wouldn't have gone to fucking Greg's.
well, well, fair
Like,
dues, I
it's
suppose.
true, isn't it? Let's be honest.
I guess.
All respect to the fact that they're trying to be friendly and that it's it is inherently friendly. But I'm a person who is not used to getting any kind of positive feedback
About
when it
your,
comes to appearance, right? Not because I'm an ugly man. I'm that sort of middling sort of look where you don't really talk about it.
I
Yeah,
guess.
I'm not an ugly man. I'm not a handsome man. I'm an average man.
Okay.
You say that like you don't agree with me.
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen you in ages.
I'm of the opinion that I'm an average looking person,
Okay.
and that's fine. I can live with that.
You
I'm a
got a
bit fat, but I'm working on it. I will be working on it again in the new year when it's easier for me to.
you got a cracking pair of tits. I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah, but not enough people want to play with them.
Mm.
So anyway, yeah, I went to Greg's today, and they didn't. I couldn't get a flatbread. I was like, well, have you got anything with chicken? Anything with chicken? It's oh yeah, we got this chicken thing. It's like okay, fine, I'll take that. Like I just want fucking sandwich. I don't care what's in it as long as it's not got egg in it. 'Cause
What
otherwise, I'm gonna have people moaning about it all day.
question?
Go on.
Why Greg's? Why not Boots? Why don't you get a Boots meal deal?
Okay, because if I get a Boots meal deal, I have to go into town.
Okay, so Greg's. Okay, I was thinking of the Greg's in town.
No, I don't work near the Greg's in town. I do work at the Greg's near Morrison's.
Why didn't you get a Morrison's meal deal?
Because I've been walking for my health when it comes to lunches at the moment.
Oh dear.
Morrison's is going to be jam packed because of the fact it's nearly Christmas, and to walk to Morrison's and back takes up my entire half-hour lunch break.
Mm.
Whereas to walking to Greg's and back gives me 15 minutes of my lunch break taken. The other 15 minutes I can spend sat in the car listening to a radio and eating my food. So
How
if
long
I
a
have
lunch
to get
break do you?
something from the,
Sorry, go
I
on.
get a half hour, but I start a half hour later than everyone else.
Ah, right, because of your child.
Yeah. So that's why I have a half hour.
Mm. Mm. Well,
So I it is what it is. I'm resigned to the fact that I get a half hour.
mm,
I'm going to take advantage of the fact that I have a half hour and make sure I actually have some time by myself.
mm,
I can eat a sausage roll while I'm walking back. That's no trouble. I can do that.
mm,
You know. But like, I'm not gonna. If I've got to actually go to the shop and grab something at lunch, I'll either drive it, which defeats the whole point of me going out for lunch really these days.
mm,
Because part of the reason I go out for lunch is so that I can walk and help, do something about the calories that I'm not using.
mm.
But if I don't need to get something specific from the shop, which I don't at the moment, and I don't think I'm going to need to now for until next week.
Mm.
Which reminds me, I need to ask again if there's anything specific I wanted to bring on Christmas.
I got a new set of weights.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they're 12 kilogram.
okay. Are they
Um,
actually 12 kilos?
well, I hope so. It
You
did.
should weigh them.
Well, it did worry me a little bit because they were delivered and they went to next door, so I had to go round next door to get them. But this like I don't know 13, 14-year-old girl answered the door and was like, "Yeah, I believe you have a parcel for me. It got delivered to you." I was out. She's like, "Oh yeah," and she just lifted up the box and handed it to me without really straining under the weight of it.
Are they? Is there more than one 12 kilo weight, or are they cumulatively 12 kilos?
I think it's no, it's two. It's two 12-kilo weights.
Okay,
I fucking hope
I
it
would
is.
get them. I would get them weighed if I were you,
I've got scales.
because yeah, just get them weighed because I saw a thing this week of someone who had I can't remember what the actual weight was,
Hmm.
but they weren't. They were like 10% shy.
Well, I mean, 10% won't be the end of the world, I guess.
Well, no, but if it's not what you've ordered, you
I
could
know.
potentially get a refund and keep them.
Because I was on 8. But I got to the point with 8 where I was doing 20 reps with each arm. Or 23 reps with 20 lifts. What I don't fucking know what you call it.
It's 3 sets of 20
Three
lifts, I
sets of
believe.
20 reps, yeah, I guess. Um,
Look at me knowing the gym talk.
well done. But it didn't really do it. I was it was getting too easy, and I knocked it up to 25. But I thought, you know what, I'm gonna need to move up anyway, so let's just do it. So yeah, I'm up another lot. It's definitely had a little bit of an impact, but I need to keep going, and I'm not gonna stop.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna keep going and going and going and going and going until I physically
Um,
can't. It might take a little while, but I'm gonna keep going.
I was going to go to the gym week,
Oh yeah, you do that.
but I'm not entirely sure what day's going to be working.
Mm. Look at us getting
Uh,
fit.
well, I don't think there's going to be a single day that I'm going to be able to actually go because I'm going to be busy.
Mm.
Which is a bit of a shame actually, because it's the first opportunity I'd have had for a little while without inconveniencing someone else for my purpose of me going. So, you know. Um, let me cross out sandwiches.
I got a
Oh,
Christmas card from
did you really?
well, fairly senior member of staff that I work with
Oh God,
in terms of things, from her and by extension the rest of the team. She said I was the rock of the department.
dude.
Isn't that nice?
I don't know. It depends what she means by the rock. Does she mean the foundation, or does she mean Dwayne the Rock Johnson, or does she mean the movie The Rock starring Sean Connery, or
You've been a cold, isolating prison for us all. No.
there's options, isn't there? I wouldn't assume it's for good thing until
Well,
further
I
analysis has been on the
well
subject.
I you have such doubt as to my abilities.
No, I have. It's nothing to do with your abilities. It's I have so little faith in other people.
Well,
Okay.
I it was support. I mean, I've been such a great support. That's what it meant.
Okay.
I
I
ass-
We had. Sorry, go on.
I assure you, it was very nice. Um, it's nice to get that sort of feedback. Since I'm going out my fucking way to be the best I can be.
Oh, didn't know you joined the army
Ah,
or whatever it was.
yeah, well,
We had a bit of an awkward situation when it comes to the person I got a Secret Santa gift for on Monday.
mm,
In that they expressed gratitude and thankfulness for the gift,
yeah,
calling it really thoughtful.
okay,
Right?
that's a bad sign.
No. They reacted positively to it at the time and throughout the rest of the meal.
Okay.
And so, as I was concerned, job's a good one. I've done a good job.
Mm-hmm.
But then the next day, they messaged me again on Teams and talked about how much they liked it. And that's when it became a bad sign to me
Yeah,
because that's when it felt like they had overdone it,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Saying it at the time, well, we're all there, maybe had a drink or two and all that kind of shit. That makes sense, right?
yeah.
But after the fact, it feels like maybe they've overdone it and maybe they're compensating for not actually liking. So I talked to a colleague about this, someone who knows us both. and they are of the opinion that odds are she's overcompensating because she thinks she hasn't shown enough gratitude for it because she really does genuinely like it. And it's my natural paranoia that people would just lie to me about these things.
Probably.
And that's fine. I can live with that. I can live with that situation. It's just it's funny to me that this is where I'm at in life. Is that I'm now doubting the sincerity of whether people actually like the gift I got them. Which now means I'm feeling a bit insecure about the gift that I've got for someone for tomorrow for the office wide thing, because I'm like, well, hang on, what if I've fucked this right up?
What was the gift?
Well, I mean, you can't go wrong with a double-ended dildo, Ben. I don't understand why I'm so
Hey,
concerned about
hey.
this.
What
I
was?
mean, you could use either end of it, so it's a two-use thing. Um, no, in all sincereness, in all sincerity, if you prefer, I they are a Formula One fan as well.
Oh, right.
So I got them like a poster thing that's
Did you
all the
give?
tracks.
Oh, you didn't. I thought you were going to say I gave them one of those ones you got me.
Yeah, there's this wonderful. I don't know where it came from, but I've got a Monaco poster. Um, no, it's a poster of all the tracks
Right.
for the year. I got a frame for. Now the whole thing was way over budget because the
Uh,
frames are ridiculously expensive, right? It cost like 25 quid for a frame, and the whole budget was a 10.
fucking
So
hell,
I've gone
Jordan.
over budget for it. I know, but you can't. I felt like I couldn't present that to them without having got a frame as well. Now I know you're gonna. It's different if you're posting it to someone. I would say,
Yeah.
which is why I'm not. This isn't a dig at you.
Oh, I couldn't give a
If you're
shit.
posting it to someone, you get them the thing that actually needs posting, and you don't get
Well,
anything
yeah,
extra that
I'm
they
not.
don't get.
I spent
But
60 quid on you, you jammy bastard.
so I felt like getting a frame was the appropriate way to proceed there.
Yeah.
But now I feel like maybe I shouldn't have done it. Maybe I shouldn't have. No, not a frame. I shouldn't. Maybe I should have just got something else. But like, this is something that they are genuinely into. We've had conversations about it after, anyway, like outside of. We've talked about Formula One, so I know it's something they like. I went to fucking Silverstone this year, so they're clearly a fan. I
I,
feel like it's probably a fine gift,
I,
but
I'm just going to interject here
yeah,
because I empathise, and I'm going to give you the advice that I sort of try and give myself because I've got a colleague, right, and I have no idea where I stand with them. Sometimes they're so difficult to read, and
yeah,
so difficult to sort of get a handle on, and sometimes they're really really friendly, and sometimes they're quite distant, and
okay,
I don't get it, and it's driving me fucking insane sometimes. Because it's very difficult to figure out. And I just think at a certain point, you just need to shut the fuck up.
okay.
Has that helped?
What? No. I mean, the thing that's giving me most comfort at the moment is it's just a silly Secret Santa thing,
Stop
right? It
thinking
doesn't
about
matter.
it.
There is no long term results from this, unless of course I had got something that would be a major HR violation.
My
This
point.
is not a major HR
I know
violation.
it's not. Stop it. It's fine. Stop. You're
No,
overthinking it.
like I said, I mean, but am I overthinking it because now it's too late to do anything else about it?
Well,
I'm committed at this stage.
it's okay. You've okay. Yeah, you've committed. It is established. You have done it. It's over. There's no going back. It is what it is. You can't change it, and it's probably fine. It
I
almost
hope so.
certainly is. You
I should
just,
hope it is.
of course it
I put
is.
some genuine thought into it, so
Is this a male or a female colleague?
it's a female colleague.
Okay,
Not that it makes a difference. I don't see why it matters, but it's a female colleague.
all right. Do you have designs?
No,
Okay,
bit young for my liking.
right. Okay, so I mean, is that maybe part of your worry that they
No,
think
God no.
they think you have designs because you've? I mean, it probably is now, but that
No,
you.
it wasn't. Thanks for putting that concern in my head, you bastard.
That's
There I was, just thinking, oh, maybe they just won't like this present. Now you've got me worrying that maybe they're gonna think I'm gonna want to fuck.
Well, I mean,
Thanks. Thanks for that, Ben. Now I'm doubly concerned. Good God, I'm gonna have to talk to my therapist, even though we haven't got a therapy session for 3 fucking weeks.
don't be cheeky. You know what I mean,
No,
though.
yeah, you know what I mean. Not everything's about sex, Ben.
I don't think it's about sex. I'm not saying that. You made it about sex. I was going to suggest that she thought you had romantic interest in her because you bought her. You spent more than the budget might allow, and that might have been obvious when she opened it.
I didn't put a fucking receipt in there, Ben. They're not gonna necessarily know that.
It's a frame and a fancy poster. There's a lot of effort put in that.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I never said it was fancy.
All right. You see where I'm coming from, though. I just
No, I
wonder.
get it.
I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just saying if that's.
What kind
I'm
of a
just
world do we live in
asking if that's a
if
concern
trying to
on your
provide a thoughtful
part.
gift? What kind of a world do we live in if trying to provide a thoughtful gift for someone as part of a gift giving period of time uh, is misconstrued into romantic desire?
I completely agree.
It doesn't mean that isn't what's going to go through her head, though.
Sorry.
No, 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 it's fine. I genuinely hadn't considered it,
Okay,
but now I'm not going to sleep well tonight. So thank you.
has that actually
I guess I'm going to be up all night.
is that actually a concern now? Or
No,
just
it's not a major concern, but that's
um,
because I'm too busy pretending it's ridiculous that it's not really getting a foothold. But when we've finished and I'm laid in bed trying to fall asleep,
I do
it may end
just
up becoming a concern.
think you should chill out, man.
I want to chill out, but now you've put this concern in my head.
It's fine. This whole thing is fucking fine.
I hope so. I've finished my Christmas cards.
That's good. Did you
My
put your
sincere, genuine, thoughtful, where possible,
Yeah,
Christmas
I
card.
I had a number of questions about that actually that have sort of lingered
Oh,
on my
go.
mind. You said you were hot while you were writing them, and also that you were wearing no clothes because you found it easier to write Christmas cards that way.
That was just a joke.
Okay, so you were
I,
clothed.
I was even in underpants, but it's been hot in here. The heating's been all over the place.
Right.
So while it cools down, sometimes I'll wear slightly less
Mm-hmm.
because that's a logical thing to do if you're hot is wear less, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the hose? Is that what you're?
I feel like it's
Oh yeah,
this.
yeah it is. Oh,
Hey.
we've done this one as well. No, I mean, what other questions did you have quickly before we?
Well, one, why did you find it easier to write Christmas cards in your
Because I'm
pants?
not. Well, because it's I can concentrate on it because I'm not too hot.
But there you go. That was my thought.
It's not because of any inappropriate reasoning.
Bye, everybody.
Oh, bye, everyone.